Sunday, everyone. Let's wave around. Happy 1st of April, April Fool's Day, and happy Easter. So it is weird that both is happening at the same time, but I'm not going too much into that. How has your week been? I hope you had an amazing Easter or Good Friday and have an amazing Easter weekend, and I hope you enjoy your time with your family. But that does not keep me from putting some amazing stuff out there, because today I am super excited. But first of all, let me introduce myself once again for those who don't know me and hit my page accidentally. My name is Moni, and I am the host at the this amazing Facebook live series that you're watching right now. It's called Moni Does Stuff, as you can see. And for those of you who watch the replay, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'm usually the RGPIC, which is the really geeky person in charge at MoniRocksYourSocks.com, and I do this live stream every week, mostly on the weekends, to introduce you to all things online tools. And this week, besides that, we have a new theme this month, which is Automation April. It was too obvious, wasn't it? Today, I have something that is really dear to my heart, actually today and next week, because we are going to talk about Dubsado. And for those of you who know me, and especially, I don't know, see me occasionally around in the online space, you know that I am like #1 fangirl when it comes to Dubsado. What does Dubsado actually mean? I have no idea. Dubsado is a family-run business by Jack and Becca Jacob Burke, whatever. And their son was walking around calling Dubsado, so it doesn't really make sense. It's not actually a name, but that's what the company is called now, Dubsado. And I was looking for a tool that I can send invoices with, that I can track my income and my expenses with. And then I went with FreshBooks, which was only for invoices, and I paid that, and it was limited to 5 people, and I was like really annoyed because I had to do stuff around and blah blah blah, and it wasn't really my thing until I found Dubsado. And Dubsado is everything and so much more. So today I'm going to show you in the first part, because it's actually a pretty huge tool. It will be too long for a 2-part series, for 1-part series. So I'm splitting it up into general basics. So I'm showing you, in general, I will show you a few general functions. I will tell you a bit about leads and jobs and a bit about forms. And next week I'm going to show you the awesomeness that are workflows, which will make your life so much easier. Dubsado is actually made for smaller businesses, so it means like photographers, coaches, virtual assistants like me and my colleagues. I can't think of anything. I mean, probably if you're a huge B2B business, then it might be a bit, might not be for you. But if you're a solopreneur or an online entrepreneur that offers services of some sort, then Dubsado is probably the thing you would want to use. So yeah, let's jump right in to all the functionalities before I never stop praising them. Whatever, sorry. It might not be it might not really fit on a Easter Sunday, but whatever, Dubsado is amazing. So let's jump right in. Sorry for the inception. So when we actually go to Dubsado.com, wow, the internet is slow today. Somebody is actually probably in holiday mode. So this is the Dubsado homepage. The amazing thing at Dubsado is you have you can sign up for it and use it and use the trial but the trial has actually all the functions, so it's not limited in functionality. The only limit you have is that you're free up until 3 clients. So you either 3 people in your address book, you can totally set everything up as you wanted to. If you have 3 clients, it's free and not even time limited. So the only limit you have is free for 3 clients. If you have more, then you have to start and buy it. And at the moment, there is the prices they are offering Dubsado for is 25 euros per month or 250 euros per year. And locked in price means since they started their business, so the first, I think, as far as I know, the first few people only paid $12 per month, which they still pay. So even when they might up their prices, that's the price you will pay forever, which is really true. When I signed up for Dubsado, there was still a lifetime plan available. So I bought the thing, and I bought it once, and I don't have to pay for it ever again, which is amazing. And eventually, if you follow them, you have the chance of getting that lifetime access once again. But for now, they only offer monthly plans and annual plans. So these are the 2 things that you can sign up for. But you can just sign up for the free trial and then use it as long as you want to, only if you below 3 clients, that is. I do have an affiliate link which will give you 20% either of the first month when you choose the monthly plan, or 20% of the whole year, which is awesome. So if you want to know, I will drop the link in the comments later. But yeah, so as I obviously already have my plan, I'm going to log in now with my details. And with my plan, there comes the option to actually have 3 different brands. So if you have a company or a business, or if you have 2 businesses, it's possible to set up more than 1 company within Dubsado. If you have the monthly plan, you usually just have 1 brand, but you can upgrade to another brand, which is $7 additional per month, which is practically nothing. But as I said, have 3 available. The 2 of them I already use. I will explain you in a second why I have 2 with similar, with the same logo and everything. I can explain it right now. So the thing is that I charge dollars and euros in my business, so it wasn't possible. So I needed something where I could charge in both currencies, and since it wasn't possible, and until now not really is possible, to switch between the currencies within 1 brand, Dubsado, which has the most amazing customer service out there, you have no idea how awesome they are. They're always nice and always happy, and they help you out wherever they can. They gave me 1 free brand before I even had my lifetime plan. So because they didn't offer that service, I just wrote them an email and they opened another brand for me for free, which is just simply amazing. But right now, I'm going to add a new brand because I'm going to show you what is going on. So I'm creating the brand, I'm writing down whatever it is here. I'm not going to choose a logo. I'm going to add my address, where I'm from, middle of any town, exactly, state and province, zip, postal code, and Austria. And then what else do I have to write? So I have to write the state in there. I am in Styria. And once I fill that in, I can create my brand. And this is what Dubsado looks like once you've created your brand. It's a blank slate, and the general functionalities. So there you can see that you have a financial overview of your income, the projected things happening and the grand total of what you have. You can create a new job right from the dashboard. You have a primary to-do list that's going on right here at the left-hand side. Here are alerts, so if someone signs a contract or pays an invoice, that would show up here in the unread alerts. And this is your calendar, as long as you can see I have 3 clients remaining in my trial, but I'm going to ignore that for now. So you can connect your calendar to it too, so you would see all your appointments going on right here. You can add a new job or a new lead right here at your dashboard. And here is an email, an inbox part of the thing. And here's also a notifications icon where you would see all the things that are happening in Dubsado for you. Similar as to the unread alerts area right here at the front page of the dashboard. If you hover over the left hand side, you see all the functionalities going on. So the dashboard, that's the thing that we're on right now. You can collect leads, you can have jobs. There is a bookkeeping area that I personally like. I'm not sure if it's really... For what I need, it's amazing. I only track income and expenses, so it's amazing to do in the transactions. I only add them, export the CSV file, and then I've practically did my accounting and my taxes. But you also have the double accounting thing going on with the charts and accounts, but I have no idea about that, so I can't tell you anything about the charts and accounts and charts of accounts or whatever. The reports thing is pretty nice, so you have an overview of your income. That would be a pie chart right here, and your expenses, there would be another pie chart right there. And you can see your net profit, your sales, so there are different kinds of graphs that you have going on. You can change the custom time frame and everything too. So you have a pretty great overview of what you have already spent in your business and what things, what income you have. There's a calendar. So you can connect calendars here. You have a form list. That's what whoever client had filled out which form. There are tasks boards which function like Trello or Asana. So you can, if you like how they handle it, which I personally, I haven't really gotten into the tasks board in Dubsado. I really like Trello and how it's set up. So, but you could just skip Trello as a whole and start adding all your content right here. You could even view general boards and job boards. So you could add tasks boards to different jobs. Then there is the address book. That's where all your clients are in. You can import them, and you can also export all the information that you have entered. You have a time tracker. So as I said, if you use, for example, a different time tracker like Harvest or Toggle, you can skip those too and do it within Dubsado directly, which is pretty nice because you can connect it to two jobs as well, and you will see which are already invoiced, which are still open. Then there are the templates, and this is the area where you will probably spend most of your time at once you start, once you try and set up Dubsado. I'm not saying you have to try, but I'm saying you will actually really want to spend a lot of time in this area because that's where the magic happens. But first of all, you will have to set up your brand because you can get paid via Dubsado, so you can send your invoices through Dubsado. You can send contracts. You can send proposals. If you're a designer, you can send out proofs to clients through Dubsado. They will be able to log in in a client portal where they see everything you've ever sent them. So all the information that you have going on with your clients and all the communication that you have going on with your clients, they can all be done through Dubsado, and you and your clients have one place that they have to go where everything takes place. So it's actually pretty neat once you've set it up to offer your clients just an amazing experience, which makes you come across even more professional than if you, I don't know, send a Google Doc for the contract, and then they have to print it out, and then they have to sign it. If they don't know how to use HelloSign, then they have to really manually do it. So it's all a bit more of a hustle. Then you have to go to PayPal and send them the link, but nobody really knows where the invoice went. So, where is everything? Dubsado has everything in one place, and that's pretty much one of the most amazing things that I ever came across. Well, as I said, I'm going to fangirl all around for Dubsado. So we already created a brand. Just let me have a look. So account settings is how you will actually log in, add in your personal contact information. So you can BBC yourself all the emails if you want to have that here. But for now, what I want to look at is the current brand settings, because that's something that you have to take care of first for most of the time. So here you can upload your logo. I am not entirely sure if I have my logo here right now. I think I have my Moni does stuff thing happening somewhere. Yes, I'm massively organized, people. The best. Where is it? Moni does stuff. Woo! We're going to use that one. So I'm uploading this one. You can add your branding color. As you see, that's where the logo will show up now. Wow, that's small or big actually, but because it's so long. You can add your branding colors, so it's probably interesting. Let me just quickly get my purple, because all the buttons that will show up will have actually will have this color. You can say if you want your name or your business on the invoice. So you can choose that right here. Then you can go to the portal. That is something I will just show you later on how it can actually look like. I will not set it up at the moment but that's where you would set up your client portal and how the client portal looks. You can have multiple users in your Dubsado. So if you have a bigger team and you need more people to deal with your back end of the Dubsado, you can add and invite them. You can create different types of teams. And here we are at the international settings. So here you can say what time zone we are in, and you can say what kind of, how you want the symbol to be displayed. For example, the United States have the dollar in front of the amount, and Austria, is it somewhere? Let's say German. The German way is just a bit different, or they have the dot or not the dot, or the date is different, as you can see here. And here, if you want to charge in euros, for example, you can overwrite the currency symbol that is provided. Here you can say where you're based at. So I'm based in Austria, and you can choose the currency you want to receive the money in. So that is important to set up, because you have to, I have to save the brand settings before. So that is important to set up, because you actually want to set up the payment processes that you actually get paid through. So you can connect it with Stripe. If you have a Stripe account, or Square, you can connect both of them. So either Stripe or Square, and you connect it to PayPal. You have to connect both of them if you want your clients to be able to pay with both. You have to connect both of them right here, and your clients will have the option when they reach their invoice. if you do your accounting with QuickBooks, then you can connect QuickBooks right here too. I don't have that. I have no idea how this works. I mean, how QuickBook works. So I can't give you any information about that. But if you do your accounting and taxes stuff, that's where you could connect it to QuickBooks. You can connect your brand with your email tool, either with Google, or if you have a separate provider, you can set up your SMTP right here. You can see you can have others. You can connect it to Outlook or GoDaddy, to Hotmail, iCloud, Yahoo, and AOL. That is important if you send emails through Dubsado, because if you connect it to right here, you will be able to send emails out of the platform, and you will be able to see when people read their emails, which is pretty cool. The API keys is when you want to connect it to Zapier, which you can do right here, and you can generate a token right there. And this is for whenever you want to share a Dubsado form on, for example, Facebook or wherever else. So you can add the page title and description and the preview image right here. And if you copy the link to Facebook later, that's what will come up then. So that's what happens with the brand settings. So once you have set everything up right here, the next thing you will want to know is what are leads and what are jobs. So you can use Dubsado not only to actually keep track of all the jobs, but you can also collect leads. So for example, you could set up a lead capture form, as the name itself already says, and people will be collected here in the leads area of your Dubsado backend. So let's go over to templates, because that's where the magic happens, as I told you before, and go over to forms. So you will see that there are different kinds of forms that you can create within Dubsado, and that's what you have to set up before everything else can be connected, or before it even makes sense. I mean, you can always make a job right there, but you always want to send a contract to people, or gather some other information. So that's why you will need forms here at the templates and forms section of Dubsado. If you have no idea what you have to put right here, there's this amazing feature that they call template library. And if we click on that, you can actually have a look at some templates that Dubsado is or uses, created by users for users. So you can have a look at whatever feels interesting to you. So if you're looking for contracts and you have no idea, if you're a doula, for example, and you don't know what a doula contract can look like, you can preview it here and see, and even you can use the copy, because that's why the template is there. And look through the different kinds of forms that you want to have. For example, contract, and as you can see here, there is a virtual assistant contract available. So you can look at the preview of that one and see what have other people, how does their contract look like, maybe take parts out of it and use it for your own contract, or just copy it to your account in general. I'm just going to do that right now. So you can then, I'm going to save it for a second and then click on the forms again. And it will show up here in the contracts area, where you can access it and change it to whatever you need, because you probably want to change the logo for yourself, for example. So we'll go back to the forms part. Sub-agreements is something that you can additionally send to people. Maybe you have a basic contract set up, but you need something in addition, so you can set up sub-agreements. Questionnaires is everything that so if you're a graphic designer and you want people to approve your designs, you can create a questionnaire, create your proof, people can give you feedback, you add that form to a job, send it to your clients. They can then say, yes, I approve of number 1, number 2, number 3, and sign it, for example. That's where everything, if you have some processes that you use over and over again, then questionnaires is the way that you want to go. Proposals is, as it says, you can set up packages within Dubsado and give people the option to choose one of the packages. And that's a pretty neat feature I will probably cover in more detail next week and next Sunday, because we need to have a few forms and everything set up before it makes sense to dive deeper into the proposal area. But that's something that's pretty neat. I can show you in a second how a proposal can look like in one of my accounts. And lead capture. So as I said before, you can capture leads. This is practically, you can, that was Yoshi yawning, I'm sorry. It's not that boring, boy. I'm really on a roll here. So if you, for example, give people who visit your website, you can give them the option to get in contact with you, and you can embed a lead capture form that you've created in Dubsado on your website. So I'm going to just quickly create one now, just because, so you can see what it will look like. So I'm calling it new lead capture form, whatever it is. You can and you can set up the form as you like it. So here is, we ask for the first name. That's already set up. That's a requirement. That's why it has the red star here. First name, last name, same thing. You cannot not choose it. Email address. Then there is, for example, when is your ideal start date? Then you can ask for the phone number. You can ask for the comments. But you can make it look as you want it to look. And here on the right-hand side, you see something, all the options that you have, like on a lot of other drag and drop builders. So for example, you can drag over columns if you want it to look a bit different, and click on those. Then if you don't want the title to show, then you can just unselect the title here or change the title to get in touch. And you can choose if you want 2 columns, 3 or 4 columns. I'm keeping it with the 2, then click on close. And then you can either drag a new box in here, or you can also drag existing fields areas right here. Just beware, if you're now going to change the 2 colors to 3 colors, and that's what it says right here. When you change that one now, it will erase what's in the columns at the moment. So please read what they wrote there, because it actually makes sense that they wrote it there. So I'm not going to change that now, but you can, for example, drag it around here, drag it over here, and then you can make it look as you want it to look. You can have, this is, for example, a free response field. This is a short answer field. And for example, if you want people to give you your address, you can add address 1. And mapped to means you can say what kind of thing should that be in your backend, data backend. So for example, you ask for the client, you can give the client, so I said it's address 1, and that's why I'm going to address 1 will then whatever the people write in this area will show up in the address line 1 field at the client's area, for example. Same with if you try and drag over another short answer, and then you want to have the zip code, for example. Then maps to means I want the zip code to actually be saved in the zip and postal code area in the backend of Dubsado, because whatever people fill out here, their information will not only be in the leads area of Dubsado, but also can be found in the address book, and that's how you can populate all the information that you have in your address book. You might not really want to do this already in the lead capture form. I'm not sure people are already willing to give you them your email they probably will not want to give you their address. You know what I mean? English can be so tough sometimes. It's all the Easter eggs that I've had. No, I didn't even have Easter eggs. So yeah, that's how you can map fields to different information. And you can also ask people more questions. So for example, what are you interested in? If you use the checkboxes, what services do you want to get more information on? And then you can say website design, logo design, stationery, for example, or add something else. Ebook, beta reading, just because I saw that Jenny was visiting me for a second. You can format them vertically. That's what will show up right here. You can add the one that I've added. You have to click on the plus button and close it down, so you can change. That's what checkboxes look like. Dropbox, you know what a Dropbox is, drop down box. So yeah, as you can see here, you click on this and that's what a drop down box looks like, and you can add more things. Date selected, as I said before, that's whatever you would probably need a date for. Maybe when you're a wedding photographer, you want to know when the wedding is. You can ask yes and no questions. And you, if you want to add more text, for example, if you want to describe something, you can just drag over the text box and then write in whatever it is you want to know. Welcome, thanks for expressing interest in my services, blah, 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 blah. Here, same with every editor. You can make tables, edit pictures, insert links, blah, blah, blah. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Smart fields are variables that will be sourced from whatever you have there at the moment. So this does not really make a lot of sense in the lead capture form. Maybe the business variables, because, well, full name and brand name, business address, or business name makes sense, but neither invoice nor client contact, because there is no client contact at the moment before people actually sign up, is makes sense in the lead capture form itself. But yeah, that's just on the side. And workflows is something that would be more interesting next week when we will talk about workflows. You will also have the possibility that people can upload files for you. So if you maybe use the lead capture form to gather more information, or have people send you, I don't know, a previous logo that they had, or if they want a quote from you about rewriting of a text, for example, you can have them upload the text right here with the file uploader section. But we're not going to use all of that now, but that's how you would set up a new lead capture form. And then you save it as a template. And as you can see here, you then, once you've saved it, you can of course edit it again, or you can use the share button, and there you will have an iframe code. And if you copy over this code, you just have to copy all that's written in there. So click in here, Command A on a Mac or Control A on a Mac, and then Command C or Control C for copy. And then you can just simply create it on your website, simply copy it to your website for it to actually show up. I will just quickly show you my new lead capture form that I created so that you know what it looks like. So you can book me right here in Meow. And this is actually the form that I created in Dubsado, but embedded here on my web page, where people can directly either book me because they will get a proposal for one of the things that I offer, or just generally send me a contact message. Yeah, so that's what it would look like once you've copied in this code from the lead capture form. Or if you don't have a website but want people to just send them their lead capture form, for example, you have a wedding and you want people to RSVP, you can create a lead capture form and then just simply share this link with them, so people will directly only be able to see the lead capture form that we created. So that's what it will look like without without it being copied into or embedded in another website. And as you can see here, I'm just filling that out. That's, for example, where okay, that's not the right email address. That's where the branding colors come in. How do you know that this is not a proper email address? Man. So everything has to be filled out, I assume, because I'm logged in. Is there another? No, there isn't. Oh, the date is required, you can see. So this is where the branding colors come in. That's why we changed I added my purple to the brand section. So that's where all the colors show up. So yeah. That's the hi beauty. So that's how lead capture forms work. And once people actually signed up in your lead capture form, let's just quickly go and do that now. I just add that thing. I'm not going to add anything else here. And send it. Thank you for completing the form. We will be in touch. I will be able, and you can see right here already, I have my first notification because someone completed the new lead capture form a few seconds ago. Who might that even be? As you can see, I can already see that it's me. It's not a minute ago. And you can click on it and you will be redirected to the form. You can see what I have typed in there, but you can also go over to leads. And you will see that someone filled out the new lead capture form and is visible in the leads right here. So once we're in you can add leads manually. So if you're not, or if that doesn't work, if you haven't set up a lead capture form, but want to add leads manually, you can of course do that manually too. But since I've now filled out my lead capture form, I'm going to look at what the lead section looks like. The lead section is similar to the job section. So I can't think of anything that's really quite different in the job section. So you have the email conversations. I cannot send emails now because I haven't connected mine to my email provider. You can send invoices within here. That's the thing what I love most about it. You can send recurring invoices. You can change the invoice options on this particular invoices for that particular lead or job. And you can add expenses. So if you have to buy something for clients, you can add it to your expenses tab in the lead or the job. If you click on forms, that's where all the forms happen. So as you can see here, that's the form that has been filled out and it's completed, and you can view it here for your further use. You can open it, you can copy the link, you can send it again, and so forth. And you can manually add more contracts. You can add new PDFs. If you're a graphic designer and you have pretty PDFs that you send out to people for onboarding, for example, you can upload the PDFs here too. Or you can create one-time questionnaires, one-time sub-agreements, one-time links, one-time contracts and proposals, if you don't regularly use them but want to set them up for this particular lead, for example. Then you have the appointment session. You can add appointments and when you have them, so you have an amazing overview. The workflow section, that's what I will cover next week. Then the task section, so for example, every lead that you have and every job that you have, as I said before, has here, you can add all the tasks that you need to do, or you can have an overview here at the task section on the left hand side, and you can add any notes. Your client does not really see the job notes that you add here unless you make it visible to them, I think, but I'm not entirely sure about that at the moment. So that's where it is at the moment. And then same, looks similar to the jobs area. So once you have a client and you sign your clients, it of course will I just really sounded like Schwarzenegger. I scared myself a little here. You can see all the past jobs, everything that is overdue, all of the jobs when you had them, and your current jobs. And I'm just going to add one here. So I call this test job. You can add dates if you want to, so it's a job that lasts for a week or for a month. You can add it here and say it ends on the 30th of April. You can, if you are connected to the calendar, you can show people if you're busy or not, and you then choose the client. Since I'm the person that I filled out the lead capture form, I'm going to use that one. Click on next step, and as you can see, similar look. So that's what it looks like. You can add the can you add the contract to the leads? I just go have it and have a look. You can add a contract to the lead here too. So once you, but I'm going back to the job now. So once you have created the job, you can manually add contracts. You can say this job will not have a written contract, or you can upload a contract if you have it in a different way, for example. That's where you can enter and change and edit all your client copy, contact details, and here you can activate the client portal for your client than what I told you before. That's where the job is located, especially probably important for, I don't know, photographers, wedding people or whatever. So that you can add that here, and you can have custom mapped job fields. So if you have some information that's specific to your business, you can create your own fields here, and you can create the team members. And that's what it just looks like, same as in the lead section. You can again create invoices, forms, all looks the same, just one is jobs and one is leads. I'm just quickly going to show you how you can set up an invoice. That's by clicking on invoice and add, obviously. And then that's the number the invoice has. Of course, it's the first invoice in this brand. You can give it a separate title and then add a new line, add the description, virtual assistance, then describe what you did here. And then you can add the price, like 500 euros, for example. Then if you charge tax, you can set up your taxes and add the taxes right here, but I don't charge taxes for now. So you can add the item, and then you can see here, you can add the payment schedule at this part. And once you've set everything up, you can click on send, and then you can send it via email. But for that, you actually have to connect your email account to Dubsado. But that's what it will look like. So people will get an invoice, you can write the copy in it, and that's where they will click on, and it will be forwarded to to the invoice, which they can afterwards pay. And I will going to opening it in a new window so you can actually see. That's what it would look like. And because I have not set up a payment processor at the moment, there will show up a pay now button. People just have to click on that one, and then they can pay your invoice. Quick and easy. So cool. And if you have time tracked here, you can either start time tracking right here and now. And you can see that it's on the left hand side is a red button, so you can start tracking. Let's just go over to the time tracking thing. And I'm stopping this now. And you can apply it to the invoice. And I'm going, you can see that this is invoiced now. And I'm going back to the job. Go right here. Go to my invoices. And you will see that the timer is set up and added to this invoice, but it of course does not make sense at the moment because I just saved a few seconds. But that's how you can also track your time for specific jobs, and you wouldn't need Toggle anymore, which is nice. So yeah, that's how leads and jobs look like. I think there are just a few functionalities that are not really ideal, between that make the difference between a lead and a job, and it's of course the use of the words, because some are just leads and not actually jobs, so that's why you want to make a difference here. And just to quickly show you how it looks, how the form sections look on my setup form list. So as you can see here, I have set up my lead capture form. I have separate proposals happening, and I have all my contracts set up. And these are just a few are in use, and a few are just drafts that I copied from the template library. But I will just quickly show you how proposal setup would work, which is like the most amazing thing ever. So I already have the test user here. And I am going to add one of my new proposals. Let's use the graphic design one. And I'm going to add this, and I'm going to copy the link and open a new incognito window, because now I can see it as from the client's perspective, because obviously since I'm logged in. Oh, I have not properly set this up. Have I? Did I just? Oh, I just added the contract because I'm an idiot. Let me remove that contract real quick. Yes. So here is graphic design proposal. That's what I want. I add this proposal. I copy this link. And then I go to my incognito window. Because I can. And that's the awesome thing, that you could have your clients walk through. So you can set up the proposal and set it, say, hi, this is amazing, thank you for expressing interest. And then if you have set up all the packages with whatever it is that you offer, you can have send this to people and say, oh, look, that's what I offer. And they can say, oh, that's nice, I need a freebie, but I also need more pages. And oh, she does branding too, I could probably use a new branding board. So you can select, they can go through it like a catalog and select everything they want. They can fill out all the information, and then by clicking on submit and next, they're redirected to automatically to the contract. And all the weird codes that you saw before, they auto-populate all the information that people, all the things that people chose before here. So you can see they chose the freebie, they chose five pages, they chose logo design, and the project in total is this. They can enter their initials here so that they actually agree that this is the correct thing. There is the entire contract that I set up, and then they can sign it by just simply adding their email. And enter the date here, boom, and their signature. And then if they click on agree at next, they will automatically be redirected to the invoice. And as you can see here, they can automatically pay the invoice. If they click on pay now, I have connected Stripe and PayPal, and that's what people can pay with right here and then and there. And that's pretty amazing. That saves you a lot of trouble. That makes it just an amazing experience for the people and the clients you work with. And it's just awesome. And if I have a look right now at the back end of my Dubsado, I'm just reloading this thing. You see that the contract is signed. You see the invoice is automatically in there. And I will quickly show you the client portal of this. I have chosen a really hard password for this one. And that's the view of your client. They could log in into their client portal and they can see, ooh, they have one unread email. What's happening here? So the contract is completed. They got the email that they had my, that's later, longer ago. That's already 4 months ago because that's a test user I use more often. So that's what the email that they just got 2 minutes ago. Then they see all the documents so they can go back to their invoice. They can view the contract from their end. And that's all gathered in their client portal, which is amazing. So you not only have the invoices there, so every questionnaire that you set up and sent them, they would be able to see everything here in the client portal. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. It's too long already. So I say thanks for watching this Inceptionist Dubsado live stream. Thanks for watching, for those of you who felt like joining me today. If you have any questions about Dubsado or need help with setting it up, you can send me a message because I offer one-on-one tech services and I will be happy to walk you through it. My tech service teaching training is a one-on-one training where we will go through it for 90 minutes. I will record the call, so you will have the call afterwards and can look at it again. And it's $150 US. So if you want that service, just drop me a message and I will send you all the information about it. And if you're interested in getting weekly newsletter for these setup, then join my email list by signing up for my freebie. My freebie is an awesome ebook and you can find it at moneyrocksyoursocks/freebie or talk to Yoshi with moneyrocksyoursocks/Yoshi. I'd really enjoy it. I really suggest you talk to Yoshi just because he's amazing. Anyway, I hope you have an awesome Easter Sunday. I'm sorry it was so long. As I told you, it's a really huge tool and we're still not done. But once you've invested the time in setting it up properly, Dubsado will really rock your socks. So have a great rest of your Easter Sunday. Enjoy the time in the bank holiday tomorrow if you have one. And looking forward to seeing you next week where I will make your life easier and we will automate the shit out of Dubsado and do more awesome stuff with it. So see you soon. Have a great evening and goodbye.